Today is Wednesday, January the 13th. Zach and I were exchanging comments on the YouTube and about 2:30, and at that time the advancers and decliners were pretty much even, and it looked like the McClellan oscillator was going to continue to stall at the neutral line. Then the market started to drop, saw a little bit of a bounce, and then came back to just a little bit of a close lower than the prior day. And NASDAQ finished higher, quite a bit higher, and so did the S&P 500. But the advancers and decliners showed a shift towards the declining in the last hour and a half of the day. So the McClellan oscillator now looks like this. I actually thought that it was going to come below the neutral line, but it didn't. Remember that it's the difference between the 7% and the 15% moving averages. It's the difference plotted. The 10% and the 5% trend lines, and it's the difference, which you can see is 4.607, difference of these two numbers right here. So decliners led advancers by about 43 million shares. So we're right at the neutral line. So we didn't go anywhere. Really, we're chopping in here. And the last time we saw that back here, the market moved up, churned, and then dropped and stayed low for quite a while. Here, when we saw that back here, not so, somewhat up and then down, here, down. So if history repeats itself, down could be in the cards in the next 7 to 30 days. So let's look at the S&P. And here we've got a different line plotted this time. This dashed line used to be the 200 simple moving average. Zach wanted us to look at the 20 simple moving average, because on his trading platform, that's the default one. And he was wondering if that was going to be very helpful for us. So let's take a look. Let's get rid of the Ichimoku. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of all the other moving averages. Well, let's not. The 20 was support, resistance, 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 support, lost it, came up, tested for support, support, support. So the 20 is indeed an interesting moving average, and I think we're going to take that one and we're going to add it. I'll put it in a different color tomorrow, and we'll have the 20 simple moving average, and we'll bring back the 8 EMA as well. But today you can see now we've got 4 days where we've got this narrow little channel here, and if we put in Bollinger Bands, and we see if we're setting up for a squeeze, we're not yet setting up for a squeeze. I've tweeted out what's called the TTM squeeze index, and it doesn't look like we're heading into a squeeze yet. It looks like we're still in somewhat of an expansion period. So expansion could mean more upward move. But if you take the Motive Wave doesn't have the TTM squeeze index, but Thinkorswim does. And you can take a look at that one. It's pretty interesting. I did a video on it. It's called the I forgot what it is, so long ago that I did that video. John something, and he's got it's called the TTM underscore squeeze index. Apple had a great day today, and I added another short February 130 put for $7, making my break even 123, and now I have 3 of them. And if we continue to move up, I'll go as high as 5 or 6 short puts, and then start peeling off profits, and then peeling off and adding. That's how I like to do it. ZI, Zoom Info Technology, had a great day. Saved us from having to sell below this trend line. Still going to keep my stop there, but I'm liking 46.28. There's no trend here yet, but the trend is away from the trend line, and I like that. Square had a reasonable day today, up 1.5%. So we said we might see some upwards motion. We have been. So let's just keep an eye there. I'm still in square. NIO. Take a look at CNBC Fast Money. And one of the traders there did a video on NIO today. I haven't taken a look at it. I like the trader who did it. Forgot Josh, Downtown Josh Brown on Twitter, or Josh Brown on CNBC. I like the guy. Seems to be a pretty straight shooter. He's been there about 3 years. And he comes out of the blog world. He comes out of the Twitter and the StockTwits world and gained some notoriety. And now CNBC picked him up because of Twitter followers, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, NIO is looking pretty good, like NIO. AT&T down 14 cents. Let's go to the banks. We're just sort of neutrals today. They're still strong, in my opinion. Our new stocks, Takeda. We're not going to follow Takeda anymore. Zach is out of that stock. VERU did not break out of this flag. Not a time to buy. DDD pulling back. I mean, if you thought this was something to buy, you were wrong, because we've got a parabolic shape here, which is only going to be more pronounced if you look at the 1 hour. That's parabolic movement. When it shoots up like that, everything that goes up has to come down. And let's wait for the parabolic move to end. And it might be on the 50. Remember, this is the SMA 50 hourly. I thought that was going to be the daily. Let's take a look at our moving averages. Yes, here's the 50 daily, way down here. So we're way away from the 50 daily on the hourly. So watch for an opportunity for the parabola to finish before you move into this stock. Peloton, big jump up today. Dollar General, not much. Boeing, there's the cloud support. There's the cloud support. Chiku span bouncing off the bottom of the candles after getting support on the 8 EMA. Now losing the 8 EMA. We've had it bounce off the 200. So if Boeing just had its worst year for airplane sales ever this past year, but keep a watch on it, because you've got the 50 is now support today. The 200 was support on Monday. The 8 is resistance. Looking for an alert. If you're looking on this, create an alert where price crosses the 8 EMA. And that would be an opportunity to take a look at maybe stepping into Boeing and then continuing as long as it stays above the cloud. Watch for the resistance on the candles here. You might want to get out, peel some of your stock off when the Chiku span hits the candles, and then wait till the Chiku span breaks through and then add back in again. SONO and RKT. Who told me that they did buy RKT? Andy or Zach did buy RKT, so they're a believer in the stock, and the price to buy it is not only when it crosses the trend line, because the trend line definitely now is something that traders have set their eye on. The wedge is finished. We could say we have another trend line possibly here, maybe. So we've got a new wedge that we're into. We're still looking for a breakout here. A buy point would be initially get your first taste of it above the trend line, and then take your second one maybe right here, and then your third bite right in here. So that's it for today. I am still bullish. I believe the the futures, let's see. Futures, I don't have them plotted here on my other screen. I think they were up last time I looked at them before coming upstairs. They were up 9 points. So impeachment today did not phase the market one little bit. Trump not being active on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Parler. He did put out a video on the White House Gov Twitter handle, and it was all trying to save his brand, save the Trump reputation. Market is no longer paying any attention to what he's doing. All eyes are set on Biden. January the 19th we're going to have the confirmation of Janet Yellen, and possibly as early as this Friday, we might have confirmation of the National Security Advisor.